Okay, looking at Bitcoin on the month. So I've been looking at the MACD a lot because I've been staying at the 1 day, 1 week, 1 month range a lot. Looking at it with the RSI, I'm not very happy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the RSI and I'm going to go back to the MACD. And I just got to say, because man, these MACD guys on the long time frames, it's the easiest way to see a swing is with MACD on the longer time frames. I don't know what to say. Personal opinion. But I really can't say anything without bringing up something about FTX. A while back, I don't even remember exactly my reasoning for it, but FTX did something or said something, and it was this guy, the SBF guy. But he said something, did something, and it just reminded me of every fucking moron I've ever seen shoot up the corporate chain of command, which there is no corporate chain of command, but the corporate club, the corporate clique, so to speak. Man, oh man. But what I am going to say is that some people did see this. I pulled everything off of FTX a long time ago and left like $50 of Doge on FTX, just in case. Not wasn't staked or anything. It was just sitting in my FTX trading account. But something happened with FTX. I doubt I even brought it up in the videos because these are supposed to be a retrospective of my trades. It's not supposed to be a news source or a political source, right? This is supposed to be Bitcoin. So with that said, there's a couple things that are real important to keep in mind with Bitcoin. It's stuff that if you haven't heard it before, you need to hear it. Fiat currency, the dollar, the euro, anything controlled by a bank, anything that can be printed and lended out the way that these fiat currencies are used, is a trust financial system. Bitcoin is verify. Okay. So that's what Bitcoiners mean when they say, don't trust, verify, right? That's what that means. So I don't see Bitcoin, other than the fact that that this whole crypto shitcoin market is going to get really bad. But that's the risk. So I've talked to a couple people since the whole FTX thing. And it's risk, right? So another huge component of cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, above all, is the saying that if you don't have your keys, then you don't have your crypto. All right? That's super fucking important. The whole point of having your own wallet, the whole point of having those 12 to 24 to 36 words for a wallet that you write down and you hide somewhere that, you know, well, you got to figure out where you're going to hide your own stuff. If it's sitting on an exchange, there's a chance of it being gone, which is why I pulled everything off of FTX, because I wish I could remember the reason why, the exact reason why. But I got spooked, and when you get spooked, when your little voice, well, there's like a study saying that a lot of people don't have a little voice, but when your little voice tells you, hey, this is spooking me, if you don't have to take the risk, then don't take the risk, right? I've spent enough of my time not listening to my little voice. Anyway, if you don't have your keys, then you don't have your crypto. You can't leave your crypto on exchanges. Everybody wants to ask me, though, what exchange do I use? What exchange do I suggest? And I would suggest that you look and you see who was around before 2017 and hasn't been offering absolutely insane interest rates, right? So right there you have Binance and you have Coinbase. And I've talked before about, I'm going to save some of this, but there's 3 coins, right? There's 3 coins that I look at the most and that I trade the most, and everything else is a shit coin, right? And I've said in other videos, you need to find your own 3 coins that you really like. So let's go into the Bitcoin. We're going to look at the MACD anyway. We're 18 days in. I suspect, and I've said this before, in the next couple days, next week, that we will see a rise in Bitcoin, that it will start to go back up, and that we will we'll be on our way to being closer to this, right? We may even see a green candle, a very slim green candle in December. It's totally possible, right? So I'm still fairly optimistic. I was expecting a dip. I didn't know when it was coming. I was becoming very impatient, waiting for that dip. Which I think now, so I do these journals so that I can find mistakes in patterns that or patterns that are mistakes that I make. And I'm starting to see a pattern where I'll say something for like a month or 2 months, and then I'll get real impatient and I'll be like, well, it's probably going to go the other way since it hasn't gone the way that I thought it did. And then it does what I thought it was going to do that long stretch of time. So I think that falls under, in trading, you need to make a plan and you need to stick to that plan and only change that plan when you identify the small parts of that plan that aren't working, right? Meaning that you come up with a good plan, a basic plan, and then you add on to it and you build onto that plan what works for you. And this takes a while, right? You're not going to learn this in a course overnight. You know what? I am going to rant. I'm going to rant like crazy. This is going to be a long video, so let's get the TA stuff out of the way, right? Bitcoin on the week. I'm not too worried about it. We got 2 days left here. Our MACD is looking like we may be going red, and this may be that V recovery that I'm looking for that's going to signal the bottom, right? Because I have been expecting the bottom to come in late November for a very long time. I could totally be wrong. But stars are starting to line up, and we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So on the week, that's all that I'm really looking at, right? Is the MACD. See what the MACD is doing. I don't care too much about this right now. Go to the day, and of course, I said, right, I'm tired of looking at this line at 15.5, which was a long line that I had on here for weeks and weeks and weeks. Well, that's 15.5, and that is where we dropped to. So, in case you haven't guessed, I bought this dip. I really can't remember where I bought that dip, but I think it was, I think it was 15.820, 15.8, probably 16.200, let's say. 16.200. I know I'm really bad about this, but I saw it, and this was at dinner time. I had things to do. Anyway. Yeah. But I thought that we had a good chance of making a run up a little bit more. I really do. I really did. And right after I streamed, boom, FTX, right? This right here. That's the FTX news. As far as I'm concerned. Because even while everything else looked like it was kind of going to shit, I was feeling better about Bitcoin because I really do believe that there's a 15.5 floor where people below 15,000 are not going to sell. They're not going to sell in bulk. They just know better, right? So let's look at Ethereum, right? So so I bought my last two buys, right? Because I just put them away. My last two buys, one was at like 20K and the other one was at like 16K. So those were my last two buys. Every time I buy Bitcoin, I hodl it. So if I say that I bought Bitcoin or Ethereum, I'm hodling it. Right? And the same thing with Ethereum. I bought Ethereum. I still got this on here. Sometimes I clean them up, sometimes I don't. But I still got Ethereum here. And I hodled that. So I'm looking at buying more Ethereum. I'm looking at buying more Bitcoin. I'm not spending my whole budget. I'm not spending my whole account. I'm not spending all of it. Right? So right now I'm let's say I've spent 15%, right, on Bitcoin and Ethereum and BNB for for long-term hodls, right? So I forgot where the BNB was, but it was actually, I don't think it was, I don't know. Let's look at the cake. And the cake was on Saturday the 15th. And Saturday the 15th. So I bought BNB here. So I'm actually almost dead even on BNB. Right? On my BNB hodl. I didn't expect it to go up this high. I don't know what's going on here. If I had seen this, I've been busy. YouTubing is not my job, right? But I didn't see any of this. I didn't see any of this go up right here. I don't know. Is that right? Anyway. Cake I got out of 8%, almost 9%. Thank you, Cake. And I'm just looking at a bunch of other stuff right now. So let's talk about the crypto that's on here that is the most related to FTX. They should probably change their logo completely, colors and everything, right? They should definitely change their fucking logo after the FTX. Sol is one of the most exposed to FTX financing. It's one of the most promising. I have Sol. It would be a shame to see it go away. Sol is an alpha. It's, well, is it an alpha? Sol is still under heavy development. Let me put it that way. It's not, it's a crypto that's not ready for prime time. But it seemed to have some promising performance. Another thing that's saving Sol, in my opinion, and I'm not getting any money from anybody. This is just me. I'm actually, I was squirreling away Sol when it was so high that this is just now like pennies of what I had been squirreling away for Sol. My hodl, my Sol hodl. They have a small, lean development team. And that's not lean as in this over management software development methodology crap or agile stuff, right? This is as in they are almost all developers. There isn't a bunch of managers and there isn't a bunch of coaches and QA people and nonsense roles. Nonsense positions with nonsense titles. It's just mainly all developers. It's a very lean team. The rumor is that they have more than enough money to keep development going without getting rid of developers, which is important for the next 2 years. So we'll see how that works out. I think it's going to go down to $8. That's what I think. I think that there's going to be more fallout from FTX. I don't think it's going to involve Sol. I think it's going to pull down all of the shit coins a lot more than it's going to pull down Bitcoin and Ethereum and BNB. I think, and that could be that V that I'm looking for, right? But we'll have to see. I feel bad for people. People are having their accounts frozen and shit. You can't log into FTX. Oh my God, that is such a... What a joke. What an utter joke. Hacked. No, not hacked. Not hacked at all. It might have been... there's so many things wrong with... FTX grew so fast overnight. Like Coinbase didn't grow that fast. Binance didn't grow that fast. And it wasn't all the ads that they ran either. I'm going to go ahead and smoke this. Fuck this. I'm an adult. I can chain smoke because this is driving me nuts. But all these coins are shit coins now. You don't know what's going to get wiped out. A few of the coins on this list are coins that people have told me to listen, I got a short list, right? You guys can tell what the short list is, right? So we got BTC, we got Ethereum, we got Binance Coin, we got Cake, we got AVAX, we got Polygon, Engine coin, which please Engine, do something. It's like poke you with a stick, like productive in the world, right? Not like money wise. I bought this because I wanted it to be a good gaming coin. This is one of my long-term hodls from 2017 that I've just been adding to. So, okay. So when I would trade this coin, right? Like let's say I was trading, let's say I was lucky enough and I bought down here, right? And I was able to get 36% out of Engine Coin after like a 2-week trade, right? Which is not that hard to do when you're in a bull market. What I would do with Engine more than a few times is I would sell off the coin so that I would get my USD back, right? Which would leave me with some coin afterwards, and then I would just put that into my wallet because I like games. And I was hoping that this would turn into something, but it could completely be crap. Vet, lots of rumors around Vet, all good rumors. We'll have to see. This is another one that I'm just throwing like maybe a spare $100 or spare $100 at every once in a while. Which I'm getting to a point, right? But on my short list right now is Algo and Polkadot and EOS. Sol is still on there, and Crow, because to be honest with you, I want Crow to go to $1 so that my $400 stake gets me free Netflix. Yeah. And that's the only reason why I like crypto.com. So you won't see any affiliate or friend or whatever join codes from me, because I don't know if this is going to be around in 6 months. I don't know if crypto.com is going to be around in 6 months. I'll tell you right now, my total dollar value on crypto.com is like $386, and that is plus $190 already on the prepaid Visa. Because I use the prepaid Visa because you get 2% cash back. Why wouldn't you do that? So yeah, I don't know if all these coins that are on here that isn't my top 3, BTC, ETH, and BNB. These are my anchor stores, right? Let's just go to generic mall layout, right? And we'll just grab them all. We'll look at this one right here. Temple Mall. I don't know where Temple Mall is, right? But Temple Mall is a good example of how your whole portfolio should look, right? In some manner or other. But if all you're doing is crypto, at least your crypto should look like this, right? So, BTC is my Dillard's, Ethereum is my JCPenney, and let's pretend that the Extreme Adventure Park, which now I want to go to the small and see just how extreme this is, but let's say the Extreme Adventure Park is another store, that would be my BNB, right? And that's how it works. And then I probably have too much of something, right? Probably have too much Sol, probably have too much Vet, probably have too much Sol, and then there's all these little coins that have just kind of added up, right? Like maybe this 3353, maybe this is mana right here, right? Maybe that's my mana that's sitting in a small wallet somewhere. Because I got mana sitting somewhere. But that's how you should be playing this, right? And all of these stores in between, they go out of business. And they're replaced with other stores. So if you put a ton of money, if you put Dillard's money into fucking Foot Locker, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to lose money, or your risk is so high, Your risk is so high that it's not worth it, right? If you can't manage your risk, then you're gambling, and if you're gambling, you're going to stress yourself out, and you're going to try and gamble yourself out of holes. And I've been there. I've there was a time when I did use up to 3 times leverage, and it was a whole nother story. But this is what you should be going for. So whatever your 3 is, personal opinion, BTC, Ethereum, and BNB. Right? That's my personal opinion. Those are the 3 that I'm counting on. Those are the 3 that I have the most money into. Any of these, Shiba Inu could be like one of these kiosks here, right? But this is what I suggest. This isn't this. I don't think this strategy will get you Lambo money though, and everybody wants the Lambo money. I don't want the Lambo money. I'm putting in small amounts that I'm letting ride over a long period of time, and I'm just having. This is my hodl right here, right? This is what my hodl looks like, and then I have a small trading account, and that's what keeps me out of trouble, right? So just pulling that out there, just explaining it. But I pull this stuff off. If it's not part of my trading account, meaning that it's not part of a sale, it's not part of something that I'm planning on selling, whether I lose 3% or whether I make 4.5 or 5% off of it, right? Because we've been through that. And I just, I had so much bad luck with shit that I just went to somewhere around 3% that makes sense, right? And then pull this down until you got a 1.5 ratio. And anything above that ratio is just golden. After you make this 5%, you could sell 75% and let the rest of the 25% in case it's a runner. That's in a bull market, right? But that's my risk right there, quantified. My risk to reward ratio is a 1.5. And that's how I can get by with, even if only half of my trades work out, I'm still ahead. I'm still not losing money. I'm still at the table and I'm still playing the game. I haven't been liquidated. As long as I have my accounts spread out between different exchanges that I use, right? Because you can use multiple. There's a few out there, right? But when the market pulls back, you can't have 6 or 7 trading accounts anymore. You just can't do it because FTX goes out of business. All of the wallets are locked, and we don't know if any of it is recoverable, and we don't know if anybody who had an account will ever see a dime. So, yeah, if you don't own the keys, you don't own the crypto. It's just that simple. I think that's really all that I'm going to say right now. It has been a very, very weird week and a half, however it's been since this happened. There's some winners down here that I don't. FTM is one that I really believe in, that I like, right? That's one of my small Foot Locker size stores, right? Shiba Inu. Yeah, go ahead and if you got $50 and you want to throw it away, buy some Shiba Inu. But don't be putting anchor store money into a fucking kiosk coin, right? Because everybody is about to learn that everything is a shit coin. Look at this. Ohm. Did I see this today? Yeah. So Ohm. Let's look at this going on in the month, right? This went from $28 down to $1. $28. Oh, that's OMG. Yeah, hold on. Let me see. That's not even what I was looking at. This ohm die. This is something that I really thought about getting into, right? But look at this craziness. This utter fucking insanity. 1500 down to $9. But this was offering an insane interest rate, right? Plus coin value, right? The coin was going up. Holy shit. Let's even see from the beginning of my chart to just here was 800%, 900%. The coin went up 900% in value. Plus, it was returning a crazy percent like every 4 days or something. I can't remember, but I stayed away from it. Well, now it's at $9. This one was another one, just like Ohm, where, I saw it down here, maybe even down here, right? And it went up to 38 cents, and now it's a penny. This offered crazy interest rates, right? So we're going to see a lot of these things just go away, just be gone, right? I have like a tiny amount of this BSW. I don't even know what BSW is. I don't know what it's for. I have no idea, right? But I bought a tiny amount of this. I don't remember where, right? But probably up here at the top. You never know. But I got a tiny amount of this. I don't know if this coin's going to be around anymore. I don't even know what it does. It's just on there because I don't remember how I bought that. I think I got that free through pancake swap, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's how I did get it. Litecoin. See, Litecoin on the month, this is a buy signal. Is this not, did I not see that? It's not a buy signal here. So Litecoin on the month is a buy signal. So that is interesting. Right? Litecoin is I never quite understood Litecoin, to be honest. If we look at it, see, it's like a testnet coin. Back in 2017, it hit $400 a coin, and during our last high, it hit $400 a coin. But do people use Litecoin for anything? I thought it was like just a test net, but I have no idea. No idea what's going on. Oil's going down. We won't see that at the pump. Tesla, I'm waiting for 160 Tesla. 160 Tesla, and I may jump in. I will probably lose money. But it's all about perspective, right? Because if we go down another 20%, let's say we go down another 20%, right? So it's 13.2. Roughly 13.2 right there, right? So if we go down another 20%, and we do reach, just to measure, just to give you an idea of perspective, right? This is your difference in profit, right? If you buy right now for a long-term hodl, that's 300%, just if we make it to the last high. 307%. Let's be a little more accurate. If we go down to this bottom here, it's 410%. So you have to keep that in mind when you're doing these buys. For me, I'm willing to lose that much of a percentage if I'm cost averaging in. And what I'm doing right now by buying is technically catching knives, right? That's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm catching knives right here. Right here, right here, right? I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I don't know if this is going to go up or I don't know if it's going to go down to this 13.2. We can put this 13.2 line in now. Right? So I've been saying that I think that when we hit the final bottom, the real bottom, that it's gonna be like a V-shaped recovery, right? And I haven't seen that, right? So it would be something like that. We're not we didn't see that. We did not see that. So it is still very possible that we could go down here. And that V-shaped recovery will be all of the people that are like, nope, 15, 15.5 is the lowest I'll go to sell. That's just the lowest that I'm going to sell at. We'll see if that holds true. But it's a lot of people, they're just holding Bitcoin, right? So the institutions probably jumping around right now. Oh my God. So central bank digital currencies are coming. People are starting to be aware of it, like what the implications are. I mean, let's say let's take Second Amendment, right? Let's say that well, let's say you live in New York or you live in California or you live in Chicago and you go to Wyoming, right? Well, I don't know what the magazine laws are, but let's say you come to Missouri and you buy a 30-round magazine, right? Well, central bank digital currency might not let you buy that magazine. Even if because you live in New York, because the laws in New York say that you're not allowed to have that magazine and you're a resident in New York. Well, I'm a resident of Missouri. It doesn't matter. If it's a central bank currency, they may just say, nope, you know what? We're really going to take this, you can only buy approved ideology stuff is what it is, right? That's the worst case scenario that, I've heard all kinds of things. And the problem is that the crazier the conspiracy is, the more real it is the capability that they can do it with a central bank digital currency. Let's look at buying meat, right? Well, I mean, let's say that they know who you are, they know who your dependents are, right? So they calculate up how much meat, how much beef you can buy a month. And if you're buying more beef, then they reject the charge. Or let's say you're a criminal. Let's say you're not even a criminal. Let's say you've been falsely accused and they just shut off all of your funds and all of your banking, and you now have no way to pay for your legal funds. And we've seen this in the private sector, right? We saw this with many groups, specifically on the right, some on the left, but man, it's rare on the left, right? But we've seen this where websites that are crowdfunding websites have shut down because they didn't agree with the person. Now, I mean, you can have your own discussions on that, but the reason I'm bringing this up is that, people out there know that BTC is not a shitcoin. It's not the same thing. It's not the same animal. It's the apex coin, period. And it probably always will be, Ethereum fanboys. BNB is just a coin attached to a exchange that has a fairly good track record with immediately complying with regulations, right? They might fight the regulations, but you know what? The people in the crypto space, especially the shitcoin space, they want this regulation fought, right? Which is why FTX was so. Maybe that was it. Maybe it was that this SBF guy is probably because he was a fucking vegan. I don't even think he was a vegan. He's too fat to be a vegan. Vegans are generally smarter. Oh my God, how did we get there? That's amazing. Anyway, yeah. All right, so the rant is over. The rant's not over. The rant's not over. The reason this is important is because a lot of people are out there right now. They understand crypto a lot better than the population understands crypto a lot better than it did 4 years ago. People are out there that understand what Bitcoin is, what it does, what Ethereum is, what it does, what BNB is, and what it does, right? They understand layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. They understand the technology and where this is going to end up going. Thanksgiving is coming up. And all these people, this is the Thanksgiving effect, right? And maybe it won't play out the way that I think it will, but I think that people are going to be meeting for Thanksgiving. They're going to be meeting for Christmas, and they're going to be talking about crypto. They're going to be talking about the crypto that they lost. They're going to be talking about their financial losses. They're going to be talking about FTX. They're going to be talking about and there are going to be discussions about the difference between Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and they say that hindsight is 2020, but people were out there. I'm not going to count myself as one because I can't even remember why I closed everything off on FTX, right? But something creeped me out, and I said no. People are going to know the difference. They're going to be talking about this over the holidays. They're going to be talking about it over Thanksgiving. They're going to be talking about it over Christmas. And I think that that's going to give us the stability to go sideways, right? And what I would like to see is, I'm going to call this my next kind of bar of resistance, right? So there's a 60% chance that we could go this far down. Yeah, easy. 60% chance that we could go this far down. And there's a 40% chance we could stay somewhere in this channel, bouncing between the bottom of this channel and up here, but spending a lot of time down here for more than a few months. February, March, February. Let's say late February, right? We should see some action going up by late February. But I really did. The end of November, which is coming up soon, I did expect a V-shaped drop and then a recovery back up. And if that was this, it would have gone back up to the green line, but it didn't. So we're in trouble. All right, that's it. Super long stream, but man, I had to rant at the end. All right, it is Thursday, Friday. Have a great day at work. Enjoy the weekend. Learn to trade. Don't pay anybody to trade. I feel like maybe I need to make a complete video on why I don't believe you should pay people for them to teach you how to trade, when you should learn how to trade on your own, because it's much more rewarding. Now, it's great to talk to people about trading, and it's great to watch other people's trading habits and stuff like that, right? So there's a lot of people out there that kind of do what I do, that just do the TA, right? And I like to watch those guys, and I don't have to agree with them, right? But at least I'm learning how they do it. So this is accessible to anybody. I specifically keep this trading view free. I don't have any special bells and whistles, right? All of my indicators are indicators that everybody should be able to get, and are solid indicators, right? So, yeah. Good luck, and have a fucking fantastic weekend.